Hey guys, welcome back to Paddock Chat. Today I'm delighted to have on the show a man you might be familiar from Formula 3. He is Nico Lacorte. Nico, how are you doing, mate?
Oh, good. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. I hope I didn't butcher your last name.
Nah, it's good.
Lacorte?
Uh, well, British usually say like that,
Yeah.
but in Italian it will be La Corte.
Ah, Lacorte. Do you know what I'm
But
gonna
I know you can't really pronounce the R as we do,
Yeah.
so it's okay.
I know you've been up to testing last week and whatnot. How's that been for yourself? And have you been keeping yourself busy with no F1 recently?
Yeah, we had testing in Barcelona a
Yep.
few days ago. I'd say it went pretty well.
Hmm?
Especially if we compare from last year, there's a big improvement for me and for the team. Um, So I'm really happy with the work we've done in the winter. I
Yep.
think it's just the correct way for a season, and I think we're doing the best we can so far. So we just keep this trend, this work, and let's see how the season starts in Belmore.
Is it difficult for the teams in Formula 3 to compare how they're doing to other teams?
Yeah, it's not easy because we don't get as much track time as F1 does.
Mm,
Um, so it's not always easy. You have to compare within the team, so
mm,
between drivers, especially with a newborn team in like Dams in a
yeah.
free. It's not always easy because we don't have many references, especially back at the factory, the simulator. We had to just develop it throughout the year last year, so it was just not easy to prepare the weekends for us. But I think overall there was a big step. So easier to compare data, to improve. And the first references we've got this year is Barcelona test, and I will say we're pretty on pace.
Yeah.
So
Is that the main thing you look at then, just like the different runs and because F3 is much more like a spec series in terms of the general machinery. Is it easier in that sense of understanding how quick everyone is, or
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's still a big difference between teams.
yeah,
In fact, I didn't expect Dams to be at this level at this point.
mm,
I was expecting a bit, slower growth. But yeah, the really good reference we've got is Barcelona for now, and I
that's
think
fantastic.
it's pretty reliable,
Yeah.
if it makes sense.
Well, before I delve more deep into your career, I've got a few icebreaker questions for you to get to know the man behind the helmet, the real Nico Lacorte. So I'll jump straight into it. So Nico, what was your earliest memory of motorsport in general?
My first ever memory on a car or go kart is when I was 4 years old.
Mm.
Um, I remember my father got me a go kart as Christmas present, and the first time I ran it, I was he was holding me with a rope, to make
What,
sure I
whilst you're on the
wasn't
car?
going.
Is
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was holding me like walking,
that so you
and
wouldn't go too far with the car?
yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's a pretty unique memory, and it's crazy to think about um how things have changed.
Yeah, definitely, especially where you've come to now. On the basis of where you are now, this is a fun question for you. So, if you could have one song playing in your ears through an entire F3 race, what song would it be? Would you want it?
I
Do
have
you
the
want it to be
target.
something that make you angry, or
I want something that gives me power.
yeah,
When
uplift
you're
motivation?
about to get in the car, you're warming up, and you have to feel inspired.
Mm,
It's like even when I run, if I have that song, it helps me keep a
yeah,
good pace and the adrenaline up. And yeah, so I think it's very important to have music before a race for me.
yeah,
And best songs for me are Eye of the Tiger or
yes.
um,
I've
What's the
seen on
name?
your Strava you do quite a bit of running.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I like
uh,
running a lot.
what's your 10K if you don't mind me asking?
Uh, my personal best was 4:22.
Oh, fucking hell, that's fast.
Just yesterday I did 25, so I'm quite pissed because I I
Ah,
was gonna improve it by
yeah,
very little, but
yeah.
didn't.
Oh no, you'll get it next time, Nico. Don't worry, don't
Yeah.
you worry. So yeah, growing up, who was your racing idol? Who was the man you always watched on the TV and aspired to be like?
Uh, I go with two different answers.
Hmm.
So one very important person I look up to is my father.
Yep.
Also into racing. He's raced in the World Endurance Championship,
Mm.
IMSA, so he's done pretty good stuff. Um, he's just finished P2 in the ALMS Championship,
Yep.
and I respect him a lot as a person. To manage his job with racing, family. He does everything pretty well. So I really it really inspires me.
And the other one
And
was
sorry,
who was the other one you said?
second one, you said TV, so I'm gonna say Alonso.
Oh, of
It's
course.
always been my favorite driver in F1.
Yeah.
It still is because it's still there.
Mm. And of course, you worked for
Uh,
Alpine, a team he had such success at and such historic stint at. I imagine that's quite special for you to walk around the factory and get to see all the things in Enstone.
yeah, yeah. First time I got in, I was in Enston. It was pretty magical, I would say.
Yeah.
Because I see it for the first time where the engineers work, all the job that is done behind the scene, in the factory. And you really, if you don't go there, you can't imagine how big the thing is. Because
Mm.
on track you have a limit of people who can work on the car, who can work
Yeah.
in the pit lane in the garage. But there you have no limits, so you have so many people working. All the datas and stuff, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine you hear F1 drivers say all the time that there's 2,000 people at the factory that we would never know that work there.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And they're all given their tenth of a second. The next one should be a nice fun one for you. If you could add one track to the Formula 3 calendar, what would it be?
Imola again.
Mm, that'd be amazing.
Yeah,
Home race for you, of
yeah.
course.
Sorry.
It's a home race for you.
Yeah, I mean it's the between Monza and Imola is the closest one to my place.
Mm,
Both are very important for me. But Imola, I got my first F4 victory there,
yeah,
so
of course, yeah.
there's a little extra.
So yeah, delving deep into your career now. When was it you actually started racing?
You mean Formula cars or
Anything at all? Yeah,
karting?
go kart. When you mentioned the rope, of course, the go karting with the
Yeah, 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 yeah.
rope.
There's not
But
really racing, but
we'll say
yeah.
competitively. When did you start racing competitively?
When I was 11,
Yeah,
so it's quite late, I would say.
yeah,
But as I said, I started driving at 4, and when I was 8, I started racing in the regional races. Very low level races.
yeah,
But then I understood that it wasn't enough to get to know my limit, my actual potential. So I started racing with Card Republic,
mm,
and races like WSK, the FIA karting. So there are many drivers that are now in F1,
mm.
and you get to compare yourself with really good
Yeah.
references, good drivers.
Name me some drivers you raced against back in the day that have since made it to F1 or anything.
Kimi, we
Yeah,
were
of
in the
course.
same
I assumed you'd
team, and
say
we
him.
were big friends when we were little. So then Avid as well, we raced together in karting and F4.
Yeah. So when you race with Kimi and Abid, when you see them on track, do you think you're able to achieve what they've achieved, and does it seem different to you in the moment?
I think we have a really different path,
Yeah,
really different career expectations.
yeah,
Right now, I'm not thinking, if I don't go to F1, I'll never make it.
mm,
I believe that endurance racing is growing a lot,
yeah,
and I think it's not a second option, but a different option, which is very valuable. And it's a world championship anyway. It's endurance, which is very different from F1, so it's not comparable.
mm,
But it's still really high level. You have many former F1 drivers,
yeah,
or like drivers like Foco, who was at the level of Leclerc in F2 and now is Ferrari official in every car. So,
yeah.
the level is very high and it's the best form of racing for me.
Do you think like obviously I think that's the great thing about motorsport is that there is so many different paths you can go down, and obviously just not making it to F1 doesn't mean you failed. That you can have an amazing career elsewhere and still have a successful racing career. But do you think like when you were in, back in kart with the people that made it to F1 now, do you think you could match the same pace of them in a kart?
Sorry, I didn't get the last part.
So when you were racing with Kimi and Arvid in kart, do
Yeah.
you could match their pace in a kart?
Especially when we were in karting, I was at the level
Mm,
because when I stepped to um, Formula 4,
yeah.
I started understanding all the work that is behind driving.
Mm,
So it's a bit weird to say, but I wasn't really. I was a bit clueless when I was in karting. I was slow and I had no clue what to do to improve.
yeah.
But then when I started working properly on datas and videos, I started um, to understand what to do to improve, and then get a feedback from it, and then do it again and see if it works again. So I'm kind of building a method that is helping me still now, and I think it's still improving a lot. I think I also made a big step from last year in terms of driving. Um, so yeah, I wouldn't say I was at the level back in karting days, but I don't know. It's difficult to compare to them now,
Yeah.
but I would say that I got closer.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, just getting closer and closer. They were getting that 10th of a second, right?
Yeah, it's
um,
always details. So.
yeah. When was it you made the jump from kart into single seaters then?
It was 2022.
Yeah. Was that straight to F4?
Yeah, to a four.
Oh, okay. So, when was it you were told that you're going to be racing in F4? Was it your team that told you? And also, when did you first get picked up by a team as well?
First time I started working with an F4 team,
Mm,
it was with Aerolinks, which was starting to get linked to Prema,
yeah.
and that was the path I wanted to do. So to get with Prema because it's the best team in F4 ever. So um, it was 2021 when I started doing little tests, and then summer 2022 I raced my first weekend in Austria, and then yeah, I did two races after that in 2022, and then the full season in Prema
Yeah.
in 23.
What was it like? What's the difference between teams like in F4? Like, how do Premier operate compared to a team like Iron and
Difficult to tell between Prema and our links because they were really working together, especially in 23 when I was in Prema. I could see that they were sharing datas. Cars were almost the same. But yeah, between top level teams and lower levels, I think it's where you can make the biggest difference, apart from F1, of course, because you have less limitations on the parts you can work on and stuff. So yeah, Prema had a really big advantage with also all the teams like VAR or US.
Yeah. So yeah, what was it like then when you made the jump from F4 to F3, the different jump? And I believe that was again with a different team. So what was that like? And also, was that the same time you got picked up with Alpine? And where? How did they let you know?
So for Alpine, um, it was end of 23, so end of F4 season.
Mm.
And then in 2024, I raced in Freca, so
Yep.
between F4 and F3. And I think it's a step that is needed because, from F4 to F3 is a really big step and is never so easy to be on pace straight away, apart from, Berman or Liam, that they were quite impressive.
Yeah.
And yeah, for me, it was a big thing uh, to work with an F1 academy.
Mm.
Um, and all the work that was behind, getting to work with an F1 team, it was not very usual for me.
Yeah.
And then the step from F4 to Freca, it wasn't too big for me.
Yeah.
But the step between Freca and F3 is there's the most difference for me because tires in F4 and Freca, they last quite long.
Mm.
You don't have a big peak in quali and then drop, and while in F3 you get one lap in quali and that's it. You have to make it right. Also, you get very little track time compared to F4 and Freca. So yeah, I think the hardest thing was to deal with that little track time and have a very narrow window of performance from the tires. And I think when you get to understand that, it really makes a difference.
What to people that were in the same place with you in karting, maybe regional karting, and trying to get that next opportunity to single seaters, what advice would you give them to try and stand out to the to teams or to put their name out there to get into single seater racing from karting, which I'm sure there is so many people with that goal in mind.
Yeah, well, one thing that I really don't understand is people that uh, just try to stay one more year in karting to show results
Mm.
before going to F4. But uh, F4 teams don't really care about karting results. As we can see in my situation, I was really poor in terms of results in karting. But when I stepped in F4, first test, I was pretty much on pace. So the teams were like, okay, it's okay. We don't care about your karting career, but you're quite fast in tests. So yeah, back to your question. I think best thing you could do is loads of tests because you have no limitations of testing in F4. Get to know the track, get to know the vehicle dynamics that are very different from karting to cars, and yeah, just drive F4.
Mm. Probably an ignorant question from me then, but how does that testing work then? How do you go from being a karting driver to getting an F4 test?
Well, you just reach a team.
And then they just do it then. Yeah.
You just yeah, basically you choose one date and pay for the test.
Mm.
It's usually a couple days.
I imagine that's not a
Uh,
fucking cheap test. I'd imagine
no,
that.
it's not cheap compared to karting, but now the budget for karting is increasing a lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, compared to F4 especially, it's almost not the same, but gets close.
Really, so the budget between F4 and karting is almost the
Yeah, I mean,
same.
if you want to be in a competitive team in karting, which makes a huge difference,
Yeah.
yeah, you need pretty good budget.
Oh my god. I never knew that.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy to think.
Yeah, so obviously do you want to give us a number on how much it cost you for that F4 test?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know.
Especially for a test, I have no clue.
Oh, okay.
It's just in the more or less in the season budget, and
Yeah. Just from a more general standpoint though, how much would you say a season of F4 costs?
oof. Need some references. I can't really remember. Uh, so F2 is around 3 million.
Fucking hell! 3 million.
F3, uh, 1.8 maybe.
Oh my
Not
god!
really good with numbers and money,
Oh
but
my god! That's
just to give you
insane.
a reference, that's F3 and F2, which is the that's quite different from F4. But I heard that you need almost uh, I don't want to say bullshit, but I know there's people that they test like crazy in karting and they do every race in a year
Hmm.
with the top teams and they can not reach 1 million but get close
Oh my god! Just for
in
karting.
karting. It's yeah,
It's certainly not a cheap sport
it's
whatsoever.
not.
But yeah, so like a lot. I think those financial implications are a lot of what people put off doing motorsport. But is there any advice you could give them about that, or is it very much just like some people can do it, some can't?
About the budget, you
Yeah,
mean? Well, I mean, um if you have budget, it's okay.
yeah,
If you don't, either you get really big sponsors that
mm,
it's not easy to do.
yeah.
There are drivers that have done it. Um, but yeah, I think you really have to. If you know you can't afford it, you really have to work with sponsors and relationships to improve your chances.
I'm with you. Yeah. So when like when was it you actually started picking up sponsors and all that with your racing career? Was it in karting or was it a bit later?
Later, because in karting, I always had my father who has
Yeah,
a big company.
of course. Yeah.
So I always had it, the brand on my side, but until now I get to start dealing with little sponsors.
Mm,
It's not necessary,
mm.
but is an help, and it's good.
I'm
Also
sure.
to start building an ability with dealing with sponsors and all that. I think it's good to do.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, you're going into your second Formula 3 season this season, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you feeling hopeful for what's to come? And do you feel like we haven't seen the best of what's to come from Nicola Lacorte just yet?
For sure, you haven't seen the best. It's the best is coming this season
Mm,
for now, and yeah, I'm really um, I have big hopes for this season.
yeah.
It's just not, I think I can do it. Um, I know I can, and I know the work we've done with the team and with my team. My trainers, my mental coach, manager. There was a really big effort from last season to this one. So I'm sure we're gonna deliver this year.
Mm. I'm sure you will, mate. But how do you prepare for Formula 3 races? I'm sure it's not as straightforward as an F1 race. You just get in the simulator for as long as you can. So for F4 and F3, the lower feeder series, how do you guys prepare for races? Like, do you have your own setup at home? Do you use Alpine simulator? How about do you go about preparing for a race weekend?
So no, with the Alpine simulator, I've never been to it. Because they usually do F1 there,
Mm,
so
yeah.
it's more for F2 drivers and F1 drivers.
Mm,
Also, I'm not with Alpine anymore,
mm.
so I wouldn't use it anyway.
Yeah, no, I was just referring to your
Yeah,
last.
yeah, yeah. I know. But yeah, there's the simulator at the factory of the team,
Yeah.
um, which we do every week before a race weekend,
Mm,
and we usually do procedures and the more boring stuff. Um,
How long are
and
you
driving
for?
for, sorry,
How long are you in the simulator for preparing for a race weekend?
one prep is usually a couple of days.
Yeah.
We do a big one of
Mm,
3 4 days at the beginning of the season. And then
mm,
every weekend is 2 days. If you need more, you can do it.
mm.
But standard one, let's say, it's 2 days, and you work from morning to late afternoon. And being free drivers, it's not too difficult physically and mentally, but there's a big work behind it. And also with the engineers, it's like being on a racetrack, but
But
not
at the
being.
simulator, yeah, I'm with
Yeah,
you. Yeah, okay. Question I have to ask you before we start talking some F1. Have you ever played F1 Manager?
no. I
Uh,
wanted to. I wanted to start, but I prefer to drive.
I was going to ask if you've signed yourself on F1 Manager.
Can I?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
You're because the game was out in 2024. You're an Alpine affiliate.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you could sign
Didn't know
yourself.
that.
I signed you.
Really?
Yeah.
Good choice.
I'm definitely going to sign you in my next save because you said that. But yeah. So moving on to F1 in 2026. So what do you think about the new regs? Is this something you're personally a fan of? Do you think it's going to translate to F3 eventually? And yeah. So what's to come?
So hopefully it's not going to affect feeder series like F2 and F3, because you need to actually drive and race to be prepared for racing.
Yeah.
So I think the new regulations is um one more reason not to go to F1 for me, because I don't really like the way Formula One is managed overall.
Mm,
Um, it's a lot about um show and stuff, and it's not really pure racing and driving. But we know it. It's
yeah.
um,
Yeah. I could
and
definitely.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of the new regulations.
Yeah.
As many drivers already said, it's not racing anymore. You don't find the limit in the corner. You just need
Mm,
to recharge your car and then push on the straights, then
mm,
finish the battery mid straight and get passed by other cars. And it's a bit complicated, and it's not racing anymore for me, in my opinion. Then
yeah.
I don't want to say anything before I drive it, but
Yeah. Have you had the chance to drive an F1 car yet?
no.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I heard Lewis mentioning like 600-meter lifting coast in the first corner of Barcelona. Like, is that really racing on a qualifying lap? Like, you should be able to push the final limit of the car, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Last year and the year before, I really found myself enjoying F2 and F3. And correct me if I'm wrong, of course, but that seems like a car you can push to the limits.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Yeah. It's also a lot closer, which is nice to see.
Yeah,
You also just get some really cool wheel-to-wheel racing, which you don't get to see
yeah,
in F1 a lot of
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, it's true, it's true.
time. So yeah, are you in terms of F3 this year? My apologies, I haven't really been keeping up to date with too much, but have you got many races this year? Is it six or
Is 10 rounds.
okay, 10? Yeah.
Calendar is basically Australia, Bahrain, and then all the European races for
Okay.
like for fun.
That's
In the
more than
same
they had,
weekends.
isn't it, recently?
Sorry.
Is that more than they had recently? I feel like that's gone up a little bit.
European races, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically 8 races,
Yeah.
plus Netherlands, because we don't do it,
Mm.
plus Australia and Bahrain for us.
Oh, okay.
But we don't go to um, Asia or USA,
Yeah.
America in
Are
general.
are the F3 cars changing much this year, or are they almost the same?
They're the same.
Oh, okay.
The regulation changed in 25. So
Yeah.
last year we had a new car.
Oh, I
This
remember
year we
now.
get to keep the same car.
Yeah.
And the last regulation lasted from 2019 to 2024.
Is that why you thought?
So
Is that maybe why you thought the change between Frac and F4 was, or Frac and F3 was quite big because of the regulation change, perhaps?
I think it was more. No, I think the jump is um, more or less the same if you
Mm,
get different regulations in the F3, because the car is performance wise is more or less the same.
mm,
Little things on driving approach and setup have changed.
yeah,
So I think it was a bit harder for the team to come as a um, new entry and just get it right. It was not easy. In fact, we saw last year it was not the best season for the team and for me.
mm,
As I said, I'm sure we're gonna get it right.
yeah, yeah. You're gonna fucking smash it this year, mate. I promise you.
Hopefully,
Yeah, in F1 this year, though, are you rooting for anyone? Alonso, of course. I'm sure
yeah.
you're rooting for Alonso. Are your hopes high for Aston Martin, or how's it looking?
Um, to be honest, I don't really care about the teams.
Yeah.
You will say as an Italian, I'm a Ferrari fan, but I'm not really. I'm happy if they do well.
Everyone's a Ferrari fan, Nico. You know this.
Yeah, I am. I am happy if they do well. Yeah, yeah. You see,
Maybe when you were younger, maybe, but
yeah, yeah. When Alonso was in Ferrari, um, it was the best combination for me.
yeah,
But I'm a really big fan of Ferrari hypercar. I follow endurance more.
yeah, and um, I personally don't keep up with it that much, but I'm pretty sure their endurance team is amazing, right? They win
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot.
The team
Yeah,
is, in fact, they um moved 3 or 4 engineers from hypercar to F1.
I did hear about this. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder how that translates. When you worked with Alpine, did they keep you in the loop with a lot of the F1 stuff?
no. I
Oh.
mean, sorry for a short question, a short answer, but
Yeah,
yeah, just no. I think Alpine is the only F1 team academy I've been with.
yeah,
Uh, so I don't really have uh big references to tell, but from my experience, I didn't get much help, especially off track. I went to Aston very few times,
okay,
and the only positive for me with Alpine was to have Julian Roos, who is former team principal in
yeah,
F1, and then managed the academy last year.
yeah,
So the only reason to stay in Alpine for me was him, but he left, so I decided
mm,
to leave as well because it was just uh, useless for me.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
get any help. Just people saying that Alpine was not a good team.
Mm. Perhaps a little bit of an exclusive here, but do you think you're going to be
Yeah,
signing?
but it's just
No, no, not that. But
useless. Yeah, yeah,
do you think you're going to be signing with a new F1 team soon at all?
yeah. Not at the moment. I don't have
Yeah,
any. I'm not speaking to anyone.
yeah,
But for me, it doesn't. It's not if I sign with an F1 team
yeah,
because it will be the same as just a livery and a suit.
yeah,
If there's something behind, like a program with real work
yeah,
behind the truck and maybe F1 simulator.
mm,
If there's these things, yeah, maybe I will go.
yeah.
But for now, I don't have
I
anyone.
like that. Yeah, you're a one-man band with dams, and I love it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'll start wrapping it up now for you. So the question we ask every guest at the end: who's going to be 2026 F1 World Champion?
I hope Fernando.
Of course.
Winning F1 as a rookie.
I just had the son of James Hunt on the podcast recently,
Yeah,
Freddie, and he said
yeah,
Alonso.
yeah. I mean, I think it's everyone's choice in the
Yeah.
end.
I like your optimism. So everyone, that's been Paddock Chat. That's been the fantastic Nico Lacorte. I want everyone to be watching him in F3. I want everyone to be cheering him along all the way to the checkered flag. All the best, guys. I'll take care. I'll see you next week.
Thank you. Bye.